Davi-tech-media. Subscribe to Davi-tech-media. Davi-tech-media. Subscribe to Davi-tech-media. Davi-tech-media. Subscribe to Davi-tech-media. Davi-tech-media.
Continue to tell the Zambian people that things will be better. If we vote properly on the 12th of August, things will be better. When you realize there is leadership in President Hakainde and his team, you will know that things will be better. The President has spoken and has spoken. Our manifesto that will clearly be made known to the Zambians is very clear as to what we intend doing for the youth. It's jobs and jobs, both formal and informal. We have talked of the credit facilities all over. One young man posted and said, when you come, please avail startup capital. That is what we have been talking about. And not to cadres who have no plan. Yeah? Colleagues, cadres here, you must have plans. Because it's not money. Money will be availed. Not just to cadres, but to every Zambian who has the capacity. That is the government of Hakainde Hichilema. Women, we will not remain behind. Banamayo, Nimo Mariketi, we will once again get our dignity back. We will do decent business because there will be facilitation. Don't say where is the money going to come from. I will continue, Mr. President, to say Zambia is rich. Very rich, but the people are poor because of mismanagement and visionless leadership. That is the problem we have. You know, for me, today, I don't want to go on talking because it is not my show also. It is the President who would like to address the nation through you, colleagues from the media, very important people. Don't get fed up of me saying you are very important. The fourth estate, through whom we inform our people, and in the government of UPND under Hakainde Hichilema, you will fully have your space and you will be protected. That is who we are. The freedoms include your freedom. You can trust us on that. So through you, let me allow me to call on the President to address you this time. Thank you very much.
Brad.
Oh, thank you. Right. You are a very important language. Thank you very much. My voice is loud enough. You can hear me there? Yes. So I am sufficient to be a loudspeaker because I have energy to work for the people of Zambia. Not to work for myself, because we are seeking public office to serve, not to be served. So I recognize the media that are here, the various colleagues, functionaries in the party, from all the corners of the party in Lusaka, and those that may be visiting Lusaka. thank you for having you here. Very rare we have a press briefing in the afternoon, but I'll explain in a short while. But very grateful to have you here, but also all our leaders from the grassroots to the provincial leadership since we're in Lusaka, and indeed national management, newly elected national management, congratulations, but you are called to duty, not to celebration. I have said this before. I am listening, people are still trying to celebrate. There's nothing to celebrate about. This is the heavy load that you carry for the suffering masses of Zambia. That is the way we should treat any opportunity to serve. That's how we should treat it. So I want to recognize my colleagues, and lastly, recognize the Vice President. I keep on making mistakes when I call. I say, Chair, how are you, Chair? But I am practicing to remember that she is the Vice President of our party. Thank you for your opening remarks, very important opening remarks. And I think it's important, although I'd say that close, to recognize my talented colleague on my right here who is doing the sign language. Very, very important. This is how we value persons living with disabilities. They are members of our families. They are members of our families. My dear colleagues, we have been working since the General Assembly. Here is how I approached issues. And if you have concerns, you can direct your concerns to me, not to the NMC members who are newly elected, not to the Vice President, but to this fellow called HH. And we welcome your concerns. Here was the plan, and we're walking through the plan methodically. We arranged a General Assembly, very novel sort of, bit complicated, because never been done before. I think we did that successfully. And I want to thank all of you for supporting the party towards the General Assembly. Then I took a decision, a tactical decision, that after the General Assembly, before we go to the next phase, I would allow 1 week just to chill off, right? To chill off from the competitive spirit, from campaigns, from postings, and from arguments. Some of our colleagues really were competing in a negative way. So I said, we need about a week to chill off, just to chill off. Right? Thank you. And to move from that phase of internal competition and gravitate to beginning to remember that we are one house. We are members of one house, one family, the UPND family, the great UPND family. Very important to me. Over years, as a young manager, young entrepreneur, I learned this art. It does work. No matter how unhappy people are, sometimes emotions override them. Allow them a bit of time to just cool off a bit. And that is very important. Then they become a bit reasonable afterwards. That was the intention. Not that you were not reasonable, you went through a necessary process. Then I said, after that 1 week, we will make phase 1 of meeting our constitutional obligations, which is to begin to appoint, nominate colleagues into duty, into positions. So I made a decision that we will first make that nomination of one individual. That one individual who is a woman, credible woman, who is from a different part of the country. We want to reunite our country, who also has other attributes. And the Vice President was nominated into duty. Don't clap yet, because I'll tell you when to clap, but you see it yourself. Then I took a tactical move that I don't want her to be disturbed I wanted 1 week for her to enjoy, to appreciate, for people to comment, do they like her, don't they like her, do they like the women? And I think people did that and made a lot of comments. NGOs were happy, women movements were happy, people who believe that we want to reunite the country were very happy because we brought her into the position. So, if we had brought other names, the debate would have been convoluted with all other issues, because that's human, right? I think she's been to radio stations, television stations, she's tested what she's accepted to do. Now we must proceed, and that's why we are here today. Right. So General Assembly done successfully, confounded critics, she's in place. Now I said, I need a partner to consult, as we consult all of you inside the party, outside the party, outside this country, as long as you're a Zambian, because you have a stake in this country. And so with her, in consultation, we embarked on a process which really is bestowed on us by yourselves to fulfill the constitutional arrangement and provide a management team that will deliver together with all the other structures up to the grassroots, the branches. We've been working very hard, very, very hard. And it's quite interesting. If you have a methodical process, work becomes easier, but it still has to be done properly. You don't want to do it in haphazard way, because we are demonstrating our meticulous to how we want to run this country. Charity begins at home. So that's what we went through. And today, by and large, this is phase 2 of the nominations. There will be a smaller part called phase 3. But today, fundamentally, here's where we are. The Constitution provides for, after elections, an additional 30 to be nominated. These 30 are equal under our Constitution to those that were elected. I want to kill the debate. I watch what you talk about in your forum platforms. I do watch. I have a mechanism to do that. So I saw that there was probably a misunderstanding of the Constitution. The Constitution provides us to elect the 17 to a pool and then bring in 30, having elected 10 provincial chairmen who are part of the national management, and obviously having elected a president directly. Some of you overlooked that process. Maybe you were too happy about it. But we have to have a proper audit trail of what we're doing, so we don't make a mistake. And if anyone wants to challenge us, we can simply refer to the way we've worked, and we'll find a dot that made us make a particular decision in line with the constitutional provision. That's how this country must run, under the rule of law, in order. No chipante, right? Which is what we see today. Calm down. I see some faces already getting. Calm down. So in doing the nominations into NMC, who are equal to any other NMC member, please remember that, because someone sent a tab on me on my Facebook and said, but don't bring people from outside. That is not true. That's part of the constitutional provision. There's no one from outside. The Constitution allows us to bring a lady from a corner of the country for a reason. What is that reason? She's a Zambian. 2, she's capable. 3, she fulfills our agenda to bring equity amongst women on the leadership table. That's what we're doing. There are other factors, very important. Face of the nation, as I said, gender, but also those that live with disabilities. That's what we went out to do. So, as of today, we've done most of the work. And we brought in a legion of women. Because after the General Assembly, I haven't made my point. You will clap better when I've made it. When I've made it, you will clap even more because your clap is too light. So we set out a target for ourselves that we needed to meet a certain percentage of NMC constituted by women. We fell short by a small margin through the General Assembly, elected. So we went out looking for more women from across the country. And here are the women. I'm very pleased to announce the following women that have come through in the process. Angela Kawandami, that's the lady. Matilda Shatuka from Muchinga. Gertrude Imenda, she's coming back. Mebo Kamangala. Mebo Kamangala, I know Mebo from from Mansabomwe. We had to go that far, close to the Angola border, Congo border, to find Mebo Kamangala. I know it's because she didn't expect it. I don't think she's here. Right? Grace Chivube, you all know Grace Chivube. Zambia, one of the things you members of this party must learn and live with it, that we are talented differently. And we need all the talents on the table. If we are all the same, we will not achieve. We need different talents. So, Regina Msokotwane, right? Rose Sakala. Eni Matutu, Kwilamba, from Kwilamba. Eni Matutu. Deep in the Lambaland, we threw our eyes, used networks, and said, there is an Ani Matutu out there who brings different value to this table, bringing the country together. Right? Lusa Kabemba. This is a lady who lives with disabilities, because we wanted to make sure that we bring on the table. Aha, see how you react to this one? Cindy Kauka. Patricia Nawa and Gladys Lundwe. These women constitute an additional number to those that were elected through the Open General Assembly. And when we add these women and those that came through the open election into the pool, together we have surpassed our target of 30% women on the national. That's a message. That's a message. These women, together with those that were elected into the pool under our constitutional provisions, putting them together, we have surpassed our target of minimum 30% of women on the NMC. I think you can clap. Right, it doesn't mean those who have not been brought on this list, that is the end of the road for you. You understand that the road is just beginning and it's getting even wider for all of us, playing different roles. Very important. We made other appointments in our constitution of bringing the country together. There are certain things that we were looking for when we say bringing the face of Zambia on the UPND management table. When we looked around, there were issues we considered. To carry the oath, those who performed different roles in the past, under difficult times. There were times when the party, I went to Kasama, only 4 people received me at the airport. But today, there are multitudes of people. It is some people who work to bring the party to that level. And for me, and for you, you should never forget where you are coming from. Then you have a chance to know where you're going. Otherwise, you will lose your way. You will take things for granted. This growth you have seen in this party has come from a lot of effort. People working hard, people arrested, right? In, out of jail, right? So for me as a young manager then, especially a self-employed manager, I knew that legacy is part of your value, today is part of your value, tomorrow is part of your greater value. Bring those together, you will be just fine. You will be okay, you will succeed. So we have not forgotten those who assisted us to grow our party. For Sichamba. Yeah, Sichamba. From Muchinga. I would go to Muchinga. I arrive in the Soka, and only Paul is there to receive me. Only Paul. Today, huh? Chawelegeta. Yes, Chamba, Muliwuli Atata. I greet you where you are. Potole, Eastern Province.
Thank you.
Nathan Ilunga. From Northern Province. Here in Luangwa, Lusaka Province, we realized there was nobody from the Luangwa corner, from the Jikunda group. So, Joseph Mpuka. Obviously, Musangu Njamba. Some people like to make noise about that. You need to grow up. If you want this party to win an election, you need to be inclusive. There's no room for exclusion. Musangu Njamba. Very important. And lastly, we looked around again in that region. People came through in the NMC open pool. In that corner, there are different types of people living together for hundreds of years, and we realized one group was missing. Then it was important to bring Brian Ndumba back into You can say what you want about us. We are determined to bring this country together. Yes. Hatred has no place. Yes. Exclusions has no place. Yes. Nothing. This is what I see. This is what some of us have suffered. Discrimination, oppression, detentions. You are just about to be free and reunited as a people. It will come. It will come. Right. Of course, this phase has little more numbers left. It will be buttoned up soon because we're working our brains out, again searching, looking, consulting, who is willing to be tear gassed without giving up. Oh yes! Oh yes! Oh yes!